Hi everybody and welcome to the 8th Glass Live. I'm pleased to welcome Bruce Burke, CMO at Mize, and of course Glass Explorer. Be sure to ask your questions to him during the interview with the hashtag GlassLive on Twitter or Google+. Hello Bruce.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. May you introduce yourself for a start?
My name is Bruce Burke. I'm in Clearwater, Florida. Um, I'm a glass explorer, and I work at a company in Tampa, Mize. It's short for Mobilize and Monetize, M-IZE. I do marketing for them.
Alright, so how did you get glass?
I entered the glass contest with the hashtag if I had glass. I was driving to work the morning that Google announced the glass. I was driving to work.
Hi everybody and welcome to the 8th Glass Live. I'm pleased to welcome Bruce Burke, CMO at Mize. I think you got to turn off the video the video link you got open. I don't hear you anymore. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. That's a good start. I can't hear you. Um, Maybe you got your microphone.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. I left that
Oh,
YouTube link and it started playing in the background, and I was like,
don't
I
worry.
thought it was on your end, then I realized it was delayed and playing on my end.
It happens to me all the time.
I'm repeating myself. Well, now that we got that figured out, I'm sorry. So I was driving to work one morning, and I leave pretty early, and it was really foggy on the bridge, and I was driving. Sorry, my cat just came in. So I was driving to work, and it was really foggy, and it was just white, and the street lamps were way up, and they had like a halo around them. It was just really kind of a weird picture, and I was driving really fast. There was nobody out there, so I was driving pretty fast, and it was clear, like, for yards and yards around me. So I pulled out my camera phone and I snapped a picture really quick, and the lines were all blurred in the highway, and everything was jetting towards the horizon, and I just took the picture, and I was like, and I threw the thing down in the console, and I drove on to work, right? And I got to work, and I saw about the contest and the announcement and everything. And so I said, well, I'll do that when I get home. And I got home, and I started to do it, and my wife's fixing dinner, and she says, dinner's ready. So I just put, if I had glass, I'd see everything differently, attach the picture, and that was it. Just like real simple, and boom. And I was like, that's it. And I'm like, maybe that'll get it. Who knows, And I forgot. And then they contacted me about 3 weeks later. I got the DM on Twitter, because I went through Twitter, and it was like, woohoo, you've been selected, and I was like, this is another one of those things, click the link here, and, this is another one. Look at this picture of you, or look what they're saying about you, or one of those things like you get, right? And I was like, and then I saw the circle with the certified tweet that it was, Project Glass, and I was like, this is the real thing. This is, this is that group. I was like, oh my God, I won. I was like, it was really exciting, and because I'm very mobile oriented anyway. I've been writing about mobile and mobile payments, and early 90s, writing about mobile payments and mobile, what's the future of mobile, and what it can do for you, and so this, I've had something in this form factor for pretty much since they arrived, right, in the marketplace. And it gets smaller, it gets thinner, it gets bigger, it gets wider, it flips, it folds, it whatever it does, but it's a small box, right? And now I don't have to carry a small, because for years I did, hello, or I looked at it, or I poked at it, or I had earbuds or a Bluetooth, or I had something to connect it to my head, right? So now I just put it on my head. It's there. Now I don't have to bring it up to my head because it's already there. So it's it's very freeing because now I go to a cocktail party. I got a snack in one hand, I got the cocktail in the other. I'm talking, I'm taking pictures, I'm having the snack, I'm having a drink, and I'm hands free. I'm not carrying around this thing because you're always like, oh well, the drink, and oh let me take your picture, and it's a mess, right? So it's like that's gone, that's here, and it's all here, and it's simple, right? So I think it's great.
And so you would say that the wearable computing in glass is the future of technology?
The only thing that it really lacks that I see, and this can be fixed very easily, is, I write a lot of, acronyms and technical terms. Like you write out milliamps, so it's a small m, a big A, a small h, right? And, you know, that kind of stuff, saying it, it's hard to say. What do you say, mAh? Do you say milliamps? You can't write that kind of stuff. You can't speak that kind of stuff. It doesn't get it. If I say Mize, the company I work for, it sees it as my eyes, right? So, the ability to like have a swipe keyboard like right here, so the keyboard comes up on the screen, and I could, do like I do on my Android phone, and they have the Google keyboard. It's replaced swipe now on my phone, on the pure Google phone, and just, be able to, tap in the letters or swipe in the words, and enter text would make it, really great. I really think that's something that they really need to add to it. And I've got a friend here in town that's developed a one-handed keyboard that it's essentially just about half the size of this, and it's 101 keys on one hand, with flipping different knobs and whatnot. But then you get something in your hand again. And I'm really trying to get rid of stuff in my hand, right? So, if I'm going to do tech century, I might as well pull that out. So I think if they could put an LTE antenna on this side, and put a, touch keyboard on this side, and I could get rid of this, it would be great. So it's that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to do, and I want to make it so it's completely, it's my glasses because I wear them all day anyway. I can't see my text. I can't see anything without them. So it's like I just want to have it and always have it, and just not have to take it off. I wanted to wear it all day at work the other day, but I read and I write and I type, and I'm looking at business cards that are with type that small, and I can't see it. So I gotta somehow make it work with glasses, and it doesn't look good to have your glasses on and then have this thing on top of it like Scoble wears it. It's just it's not, you look weird, so.
And so you're saying you're wearing prescription glasses?
Yeah, I
Uh,
wear a
are
prescription every
you
day.
you're wearing them without glass, so and you can't wear them with glass?
Well, I can, but I'll take the plastic off so you can see. It just doesn't, for me. It's like not.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird looking. It's kind of. So if I could just take these lenses, I mean, there's nothing underneath these lenses on these glasses. If I could just remove these lenses and put them on this frame, it would be very simple. I've got a friend in town who's an optometrist. I don't know if I'll do that with those, but I might get some older ones that not quite as uh, as new as those. But
Yeah. Okay. And so during the If I Had Glass program, you applied saying you would see everything differently.
yes.
In which way did glass change your life yet?
So far, it's changed my life in the idea that it's completely changed my idea about what a mobile device is, right? Like, we used to think of this as like a phone, and now it's like, is this just a phone? This is like video, this is, still pictures, this is, live broadcast of whatever I'm standing in front of if I want to, do a hangout, it's a little different than this is, and it really has a lot of different kinds of features that you really didn't like buy the mobile phone for. You really bought it for the phone and the text and the some social stuff. But the camera's kind of an afterthought unless you're like really serious about videos. But this is a different kind of video, and I think it's you had Sarah on the other night, and she was talking about human media, and I really think that's the being in the moment and being where somebody is. I mean, at home, in my office, I mean, this is really like not that exciting, right? But when you're out in public and you're doing things and you're sharing it, and a lot of times just the pictures of where people are, or just a short video. A woman panned across a big castle that she was standing out in front of the other day, for 10 seconds, and that was that's the kind of neat stuff. Sharing where you are, what you're doing in the moment when you're doing it, and being able to share it with whoever happens to be around that has the time to look at it. So I think that's really exciting. Uh, and then the other idea, I think, beyond the big sharing and open and being with the world is, we get a lot of data. I just wrote this article. We get a lot of data thrown at us. I mean, tons, deluge, right? You just get, piled up with everything every day. I get piles of receipts and notes and business cards and, every day information. I got tons of it here in the office. I had to wipe the desk off to do this, so because I'm filming and I don't want, but right. So when we can trim that down, we can take all that big data, and all I get is information that I really need, when I really need it, or when I really want it. So it's the idea of I can share big, or I can just get a little tiny piece of information that's really going to make a difference one way or another in my day, or something that's you know that something happened with a friend. It could be a business deal. It could be an announcement. It could be a new thing that Google's doing. Maybe they're doing Google Boots next. And jetpacks. Who knows? But I want to be in on that too. Hey, I'm an explorer. Let's go. Or give me the airplane, the Google copter, whatever you got. I'm ready to go. And I know you feel the same way. I know you.
I feel the same way, I really think. Since you have Glass, would you say that it fulfilled your dreams or your expectations you had about it?
I thought it would. I didn't think it would go away as quickly as it does. It performs whatever action you need it to do, and then the timeout is very quick, and there's no control over the timeout, and I kind of wanted to stay on so I keep interacting with it, but it's again just a little piece of information, or do whatever you're going to do, and then it goes away really quickly. And one is to save battery life, but two, I think that's the kind of feel they want with it. But I'm a little slow to react sometimes, and so it's kind of like it goes off, and then you got to turn. So that turning it back on, I know all I have to do is tilt the head or tap it or whatever to do it, but I have to keep doing it. If I could just like put it in like the video mode, it's always going in video mode. You can always see it, right? We're at 423 right now. I had to restart after I did something, but to be able to keep it on, to keep searching or keep looking at it. I mean, as long as you're touching it, it stays on. But as soon as you like let go of it, it seems like only a couple of seconds and it shuts off. So I'd like to be able to have it in a mode that's stay on, or as long as I'm looking at it, it stays on. I don't know, but that's little stuff. But I mean, that's all change. I got this survey this morning. I got to tell you, there was a little stuff about it out there. I got a survey from them this morning, and it said, take this 10-minute survey. You've had it for a while. What do you think, right? And one of the questions was, what apps do you like using with it, right? And it's, Evernote and Twitter and Facebook and this and that. And one of the apps says YouTube. One of the apps, and there's no YouTube app in Glass. Yeah.
And there wasn't. It was supposed to be today that the XE8 release would be released. In fact, and it didn't happen.
I didn't see anything on it. I'm hoping to get it. I don't know if it upgraded or anything for me. I could, I guess, go back, but I'm running the video, so I'll check it later. But I didn't see an update, but maybe but YouTube would be great. You know, I'd love to see that. You know, be able to broadcast directly to YouTube, much as you're doing right now. You know, that would be kind of neat. You know, real time streaming directly to YouTube. You know, that would be great. But I don't know. I see they want to build more content on YouTube. They're trying to develop that. I think this is a great tool to do that with. You know, that's kind of like YouTube on wheels. You know, this is it's not
Because
great to watch video, but it's great to record it. The video I've taken and posted is it's pretty near flawless. They do a lot of enhancing along the way as they're loading it up to the servers, but it's really good video. I mean, I drove around the beach and it was a pretty nice day as far as nice even lighting and all that sort of thing. All the pictures I've taken with it, unless they're I turn my head by accident or a blurry one or something. If I'm looking at something and I'm either videotaping or snapping pictures, it's great. It really is. It's nice, clean. It's not good for zoom. So if you're standing 20 feet away from an animal at the zoo and you want to take a picture of the inside of a hippopotamus's mouth or something, it's not going to happen, right? You're not going to get that, right? But it's great for big outdoor scenes, beaches, panoramas, or being pretty close and intimate with a object like a pet or a skull or something like that, so I think I'm trying to figure out. I'm sharing it with everybody I can. I'm going to all the tech events here. Whether they want to hear about it or not, I'm telling them about it, right? And so I'm trying to find out from everybody, like, what would you use it for, right? Just share it with everybody. Okay, here's what it does. Here's what you can do with it. Try this out. Try that out. Now, what would you have it do? What do you want out of it, right? And I'm asking everybody that and trying to come up with, like, what's the best use for glass? What's the most common thing? What are they really looking for? What do they see it as? How do they think it will improve their life? So that's what I want to know, and I want to help make that, right? Because it's all about helping people, making their life better, making life simpler, making life more comfortable, more luxurious, more fashionable, whatever it is. You want to appeal. I mean, I mean, you're in the heart of culture. I'm in the heart of rednecks here, but you're in the heart of culture. Where do you actually live in France? What city are you in?
We're in Paris.
Oh, okay, in Paris. Okay, well, see. Now I'm really jealous. Okay.
We're
No,
jealous too. You have glass.
I think this is wonderful that Google provides a service where we can have this whole thing and everybody's here and we're looking at it and and talking in real time and broadcasting. And I don't know how many people are watching or whatever, but I think it's great, and it's a fantastic opportunity. For me, I really appreciate being involved in the series. I'm pretty much an average guy. I do some writing, I do some marketing, but I'm an average guy here. We're having a thunderstorm. That's what that is. Florida. It rains all the time here. So, but you know, to be involved in meeting some of the people that I've met. Yeah, I do some creative stuff and all that, but meeting these people that I'm meeting through Glass, it's really becoming like, I'm meeting some really cool people that are doing some really unique things. Like the stuff that Sarah's doing, the stuff that some of the other people are doing. I see you're working on Robert Scoble now. He's out there charging around the world, telling everybody about Glass. I think it's great. There's a lot of really unique things about it, and everybody's going to see it a different way and use it a different way, but it's a basic enough platform. Here's why I've seen the other guys out there. The one that comes around, it's got the mirror, and another one that comes around both sides, and this one's got a pair of goggles, and this, and there's a lot of and some of them are kind of a little too future forward for me, as far as style. But what's really going to make Google survive or be the winner is the ecosystem that Google can afford to build around the product. I mean, these guys that are doing sports goggles or wristbands or something, they don't have $40 billion quarterly in income that they can throw at projects. And Google has those deep pockets. They got this huge network infrastructure that you and I are talking on right now, right? Video, hands-free, voice. Just open the laptop and you're there. And you know, they got all this, the search and this and that, all this stuff that they can build around this device, right? Because this device is really light, really airy. It's small, it's compact. It could go on my I could just unscrew it and put it on my glasses, probably. But there's not much to it. And, but there's this huge, I mean, since it's come out, and you've watched it just as well as I have, I mean, the first day I heard about it, I went and did Google image search, and I found a dozen images of Google Glass. If you did a Google image search of Google Glass right now, you'd probably find 12 million images, all over the world, people, wearing it on upside down, backwards, everything else, and, in every situation you can think of. And it's blown up very quickly, and you're seeing it, and you're helping it along. I'm helping along, but I think it's great. I'm meeting some really cool people. I'm meeting some people that are really doing some things that make a difference. I think that there's something that I can do to make a difference with it, but I don't know what it is yet. So I'm still looking for that. To be honest with you, I don't feel like I should be in any hurry to like try and put a solution out there really quick. I want to put a really good solution out there, right? I don't want to rush it out there, and they don't even have the Glass Developers Kit out yet, so it's just Android now. I want something that's specific for this, the frame size, the services it has, all that stuff. That's when you can dial it into the object, that's what you want, and so I want to do it correctly and slowly and make right steps. I don't want to put some junk out there and just to throw my hat in the ring. That's not my style. You guys are doing it with Class. You guys obviously took some time. You thought it out. You developed a concept. You put together I mean, you have all the social. You launched everything all in one day with the social presences and. Well, not one day, but over the course of about a week, you put it all out there. And, in my mind, you laid out a media campaign, and put this together, and, congratulations. I mean, it's not easy to do what you guys did. And I guess you got probably like full-time jobs or your students or something too. I don't know what you do, but,
Yeah,
But
we're students.
but you guys only work 8 months out of the year over there anyway.
Yeah, we're on vacation actually currently, but yeah, we work 20 hours a day.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I commute back and forth, and it's work. Everybody, this isn't easy stuff, right? That we're doing all this, high tech stuff is very, you know. But I really see value in two things with this. I see, being able to, hold up something and take a picture of it and check out like a barcode, like this has a barcode on it, it's an iTunes card, right? This has, I see this in the store and beep, and my card's on file, if my address is on file, it looks at my eye or something and authenticates. And I walk out of the store with the thing in my hand, right? And I just, in the aisle, it's done. I'm paid. Walk out of the store, Or I got a card from my doctor with the next appointment in it, right? And I can just look at it, and it records it away. It says, okay, Thursday the 26th at 8 p.m., Clearwater office, Dr. So-and-so. Here's the name, address, city, state, zip code, area code, phone number. Put it back in the memory. It goes right into the calendar. It gets fixed. It's, and then, day before, don't forget, day of, if you're leaving to go there, you should leave now, you know, and here's how you should get there, right? The simple stuff like that, you know, where it's just like really, it takes all that stress out, right? Of like physically entering information, or the go stand in line while somebody does something with another machine, or just make it, it's like a speed pass through life, right? You just, you know, it's like getting on the autobahn and driving, right? And just go, get in the Mercedes Benz with the Google Glass and just head on down through the speed lane, right?
All right. So, what was the reaction of others when you wore glass publicly? Did you get a freaked out person or?
I had one. I took it to a local technology event on a middle of the week evening, right? And I pulled into the parking lot, and here was a friend of mine getting out of his car. Um, he was parked like two spots over from me, and he's getting out at the same time I was. And then I was like, "Hey," and he's like, "Oh, hey, oh, what's that? Oh, it's Google." And I had the sunglasses on, so all you could see really was the prism, right? And he's like, and he works for a telecom company, a carrier, right? And so he was really interested in it. He's technologically oriented, and he's not a tech geek, but he understands circuits and telecom and fiber and all that kind of stuff. So, and he's like, "Oh yeah, wow, that's interesting," And so we're looking at, and one of his associates comes up, and she's like, "Oh, get away from me with that thing! You're invading my privacy. Step away! Don't take any pictures of me. I don't want any pictures. That's." And I'm like, what if I was just walking around holding a cell phone looking at it? I mean, what do you know if I'm taking a picture, taking a video? You don't know. So that was the only one that some people are like, excuse me, but what the hell is that on your head? Right? More when you wear the clear than when you wear the sunglasses. When you wear the sunglasses and I throw on a hat or something, they don't even know it's there. I mean, they don't even pay attention every once in a while. But not a lot of people notice it, or a lot of people like kind of look at you, but they like don't know what to say. They don't want to like come up and go, is that Google Glass or whatever? They're just like, they don't know what to do. The tech people, that they don't really seem to have a problem with it, but some people seem to really have a problem with it. So it's more positive than negative. Um, a lot of sticker shock more than anything. A lot of them are, the price. Oh my God, you paid that much for them. You did that much of an investment. It was. I don't think that they understand, and even if you tell them, there's only 10,000 of us, worldwide, that I did it against the census. It's 0.003% of the U.S. population that has the glass, so it's 0.03% that actually own the glass. That's a very small amount of people, and I tell them that, and they still like, but it's $1,600, and I'm like, it's only $1,600. I mean, like, I fill up with gas, it's $60, so I'm like, so yeah, I don't get it sometimes, it's people like, I fill up my tank for $60, but I won't buy a shirt that's 12, huh? What?
What would you say is the next step for you with glass now?
I really want to. I haven't actually taken it and gone on a trip somewhere, right? It's all been local stuff. I've gone to local tech events, and I've gone to, um, the meet and greets and network things and that kind of stuff, and some just fun things, right? Uh, but I'm getting ready to go to Boston on, I think it's the 19th, and there's the HubSpot, which is a automated marketing software that we use, right? They're having their inbound conference, and Ariana Huffington speaking there, and Seth, the Tribes guy, was it Godin or Godin? I always screw it up. I'm from the South. And then the guy from Charity Water, Silvers, I think is his last name, the CEO of Charity Water. He's also there. So it's a bunch of marketing people. It's a bunch of luminaries speaking that are doing some really cool things, and Huffington Post and Charity Water and helping people and everything. So it will be neat, one, to do the travel. Like, I'm going to use the Path app, and like everywhere I touch down, and I got glass, I can like snap a picture, or just put a little video to it or whatever, and leave a path, and then at the event itself, and interact with the people at the event and the hotel, and the whole uh, travel, the travel log, so to speak, the whole thing, and then of course back, and pictures of all the people that I meet there and all that sort of thing. So it will be the first like full length feature, I'll call it, right? Of using glass to go on a trip, and track it all and blog it all, and just share it all. Really, that'll be unique, and I think that'll be a lot of fun.
All right, so let's talk about Glass in general. We're only in a testing version with 8,000 explorers around the world, or 10,000, like you said. How do you think, how, in your opinion, will Glass enter the full market?
Um, I think it's going to be a carrier subsidized thing. I know that doesn't exist where you live, but here in the U.S., I think it will be carrier subsidized. Like right now, they're buying. I think they pay 600 or whatever for iPhones, right? And they sell them to us for 200 with a contract. And depending on the model, right? So I think it will be the same thing. You'll be able to get this with different sizes of memory, right? You can do the upsell into the memory, and it comes with the LG. You set up an account and you buy the glass, and Google will probably price it to them at $1,000, and they'll sell it to us, sell it to the GP for $200-300, and there'll be new editions, and I suspect that they probably won't all be titanium. I suspect they'll probably start doing like folding type glasses. It won't be like a headband. It will be like something that's a little more portable, right? Or that you can make smaller and put into a small case, and just put it in like something like this. I don't know if you can see that very well. And I just got like a little clamshell you just put around it, so it's nice. Put it away, and that then it's protected. It's in a nice hard shell, and you got it away, and it's because I mean, let's face it, it's an expensive toy, right? It's the other night I set it down. I was talking to people, and then the dinner came, and I was like, well, I don't want to have these on while I'm eating, so I put it on a bread and butter plate that was sitting next to it. It was an empty spot, right? So I just put it on the bread and butter plate, and I was like, and the guy who's sitting next to me is like, are you just going to leave those sitting there? I was like, yeah, there's only like 10 people in here. Nobody's going to like run up and grab them. We're at a dinner, right? But it was, people have all kinds of different reactions to them. Mostly they're reacting to the just taking a picture of them. They don't even see the picture. I walk up to them and they go, "That's Google Glass," and I was like, "Yeah," and they go, "Oh, that's so cool," and I go, "Okay, Glass, take a picture." Pink, and they hear it go tink, and they see the little thing light up, right? And they go, "Oh, that's so cool," and I don't even show them the picture, and they're amazed. Just taking a picture. That's it. And I'm like, well, let me show you the search and the video and the the directions and the all the other stuff you can do, and the notifications and the text, and they're like, they're amazed by hands-free picture taking with voice. That alone is amazing to them. So I figure, hey, I could make a really cheap version of this that all it does is video and take pictures and voice activated. I could make it bank, man. They don't care about all the telecom stuff. There's the first night I wore this to a event where there was a bunch of people, and I first interacted with a bunch of people that didn't know about it, prior to me showing up, right? And they had no clue it was coming. And I started interacting with them, and I saw guys like walking around at the thing, right? And they're walking around, you know what it looks like, right? They're all walking around banging at the thing, right? And I'm looking at them, and I go, wow, that seems like so archaic now. That seems like, you know, they're like the guys in 2001, the monkeys that are banging on the black slab. It's like it seems so foreign so quickly after just having these on just a little while and interacting with them. This seemed like really. It's like when you quit smoking and you're looking at people smoking and you're like, man, that looks really stupid. You know,
Yeah.
that they got these cigarettes in their face and they're lighting them and they're, oh, this is wonderful, and they're all, oh, cigarettes, and now I look at this like the same way. It's like, oh, that looks so, it looks so weird. I wish I could, like I said, get rid of this totally, put the LTE over here. They got to turn up the speaker volume a little bit. I think the transducer isn't very loud in a busy, crowded bar or a public place. There's no conversation. There's no telephone call going on with it. It's too noisy. It's not loud enough. I tried to put my finger in my ear, tried getting away from everybody. I couldn't hear it. It's. I think they probably have it tuned way down. I think you could probably turn it up quite a bit. I'm sure there's controls for it that software can write. But all that stuff will come along as it comes along. I think that this Glass Developers Kit is going to give you access to write to all those little different components that make this thing up. And that it's a pretty simple platform. One of the cool things is I found there's one of the earlier blog posts I wrote. I really wanted to dig into what was inside of it, right? Because somebody did a teardown, and I went into the TI stuff, the chip that runs the whole thing, because it's the same chip that's in this Galaxy Nexus phone that I have, the Galaxy Nexus 2. Same exact chip in the phone and the glass that I use. Kind of weird, but I found some old TI stuff, and they had a slide from a presentation, and it was like future uses for the OMAP processor, and it showed a pair of glasses with that were obviously not normal glasses, but it showed as like a regular pair of glasses, but it was like it had a camera facing forward, and so it was, they were kind of like there, it just took a little while for people to catch up. It was 2010. It was 2010 advertisement for TI. So they build it kind of with the idea that it's small, it fits in a small place. You can put it in a small device with a very thin frame, and utilize it to power a low power interface. This is a little slow compared to like the Galaxy S3, the Nexus. It's a little slower, but it's fine. I had a problem with the other phone on the Bluetooth, so this works great. I'm really excited to be a part of this. I really gotta. I keep saying that, I know, but this is so different, right? It's a really unique opportunity. I mean, it's a very small percentage of people, and I know they're still, bringing some people in and all that. I don't care if it's 50,000. It's still a really small percentage of the population, right? I mean, until they sell millions of them, you're not going to see them everywhere, And I mean, people are excited. They're like, "Oh, come speak at our thing. Come present. Come show everybody what you got." I want to see you on the news. I want to interview you. I want to, come to our thing. One of the hotel chains wants me to come to their hotel and do a walk around and show them what a first-hand customer experience is like visiting their place. Hi, welcome to X hotel, and how may I help you? And then you go see the room and the facilities, and the restaurant and the pool and the this, whatever whatever their attractions are, right? And you show it off. I think there's great promise just in that first-hand customer experience at a five-star restaurant. Listen, I'd love to come to France and go to let's see, what's his name? I just saw him over here. He'll come to me in a minute. Eric Repair. I'd love to go to his restaurant, right? He just came to Tampa and spoke with Anthony Bourdain, right? And go to Eric Repair's restaurant, have the best seafood, with the glass on, check this out, folks. Hand prepared by Eric, right?
And what would you say would be the two main misconceptions about glass?
it's it's forcing me to clean up all my emails, all my contacts, all my network, and condense it all and get rid of the junk and get rid of the duplicates and get rid of stuff that doesn't matter. And I'm unsubscribing from a bunch of emails. I'm cleansing, right? I'm dumbing it down, and then also it's helping me stay more engaged when I am wearing it with the world when I'm out doing things, but still doing what I enjoy doing. But without like walking into a pothole or running into a tree or just having to be careful curbs or cars coming by or you know I mean I'm not distracted anymore. I'm not looking down at the thing, the tablet, the phone, the whatever it is. I'm looking at whatever's going on around me. And, you know, the text messages still come in, the emails still come in. I can take the pictures when I want. It has some limitations, but it's actually, as far as the limitations it has versus the limitations I have with the cell phone, there's actually a lot less limitations here, and these can be easily overcome. Whereas the limitations are the device itself. That's the problem, you know.
All right, then. So we're near to the end, and so what advice would you give to glass lovers like us who can't have glass yet, so they can get one?
I would say write a letter to what's his name, Sergey Brin, and I'll be happy to endorse you. I'll say Valentin, Ricard. He's a great guy. He's doing this GlassStories. He's promoting your stuff. You should give him a pair, Sergey. You should give him. Actually, let's see how. You should give him a pair for every color he has in the drapery behind him.
Would you do that for us?
I will do that because he's watching it right now. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, it would be so great. And yeah,
But if you guys are ever, I'm probably not coming to Paris anytime soon. I got to be honest. I would love to, but unless I win the lottery, I'm not coming to Paris anytime soon. Okay, so the other thing I would say is if you're coming to USA, come to New York and meet me in October at the event there, or come to Florida and I can show you the beaches and but I can show them to you, but I don't know how to get you a pair other than the GlassStories is I would say is probably your ticket to glasses.
all
Yeah.
right. Thanks for
I
that.
think you're going about it the right way, and I think keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it really just where you got it right now. Classy, right? Informal, relaxed. Don't commercialize it. Don't put a bunch of everybody wants to talk about their thing, whatever it is they make or sell or do or work or whatever. But keep them on the glass. Keep them away from how would they use it? Yeah, but keep the commercials out of it. You know what I mean? It's hard to do because everybody wants to wrap up their thing, right, and do their plug and everything. But you know you're interviewing the right people because a lot of the people that are in this are the sharers and the creators and the doers and the givers and the all that sort of thing. It's really interesting. If you go look at there's a guy from Stanford. I can send you the link. The guy from Stanford that did the word cloud. Did you see that?
No?
No.
He looked at all the descriptions of the people that had been selected on Twitter for If I Had Glass, and
Oh yeah, yeah, we saw it. Yeah.
the word cloud, right? So if you look at the words that are like the bigger words, those are used more often, right? So it's like share, give, world, do, that kind of stuff, right? And so that's the overall sentiment of the people that responded to the contest, right? And got selected. So by you doing what you're doing, that's the right path to get them.
All right, so here goes the last question. In
Okay.
one word, what does Google Glass mean for you?
Hands free.
All right, that's a good answer too. That's my favorite part of the show.
Hyphenated. Hyphenated. Hands free.
Thank you very much, Bruce Burke, for having been with us and in this interview. See you soon, everyone, for other Glass Story interviews. And don't forget to check out our Twitter, our Facebook, and our Google Plus, and the site glassstories.com.